Hello everybody, this is Potane 1980, also Potane 2012, and I am back. I promised everybody to bring back the videos of everything that I do on the crew, and now I'm on the crew Motorfest on PlayStation 5. As you can see, I've started testing again. They finally allowed me to be able to test our cars. There was no way at first, but as you can see, I have this posted up here so you guys know what's coming. Street tier lap times are coming very soon as I'm done getting all these videos up for the tier 1 street tier cars. But we're gonna go ahead on. We're gonna get right into this video, and this is going to take some time. We're gonna start with the number 73 vehicle, which is not all that good, but it's okay to have because it's a Bugatti. And the number 73 vehicle in the list is this 1936 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantica. Came in 73rd place on the simple fact that it has a very bad understeer. Also, it does not brake well. It's not very good in the corners. You have to really slow down a lot, and you really have to master this car if you really want to get the maximum speed out of it. Like I said, there will be top speeds to all of these as well. That'll be coming after all of the lap times are done. But as you can see, lap time of this car was 3 minutes and 35 seconds, .759. Okay, but still not one of the cars that you want to be winning races with unless you're just doing playlists and stuff like that. Still, I wouldn't advise. Now, you have other cars on here that are going to literally dominate this car without any problems because of its grip, its acceleration, its speed, everything working for it. But I'll get into all that later on. I'm going to go ahead and move into the next vehicle in the list. It's the number 72 vehicle, and it is the 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. Another classic car. Not very good in acceleration, not good in corners. It got a better lap time than the Bugatti Atlantica, but still in that 335 range, as you can see, 335.541. Like I said, slightly faster by 0.2 of a second than the Bugatti, but still not just a great vehicle because it's big, it's bulky, it tends to want to tail spin or whip out, however you want to call it, but it's just not up there. I don't know exactly how fast it gets down in the top speed, but like I said, we will see that very soon. After all of these videos I posted, there are a lot, and there's still more to come. I will update as I'm testing vehicles on the crew, but like I said, it was just time to put everything in perspective. Like I said, they still have a lot of vehicles. Everything has changed. None of the vehicles are where they used to be in the crew 2. So don't even count on them being the same as they were in the crew 2. They are completely different, completely better, or different, or slower. But like I said, I will get into all of that soon. Right now, we're into the number 70 vehicle, Ford Crown Vic limousine. That gets a lap time of 3 minutes and 33.456. And as you can see, I was wrong. I'm sorry. It's still setting the first. Excuse me. But as you can see, it got 2 seconds faster than the other two. Even though it's big, it's bulky, it does tend to spin out as well. As you can see where I'm going in the corners with it. You can see how much you have to slow down to keep it from fishtailing on you. And like I said, it's not just a great vehicle that you want to be trying to win races with, especially not in PvP. And I will mention this in PvP. I'm going to try my best to get some of those videos out live to you when I can, because there are a lot of aspects into the PvP now. 28 people, and now also going into PvP. Like I said, I have tested the cars for that reason. They will try to crash you out, and some of the people on there are not very good at driving. But no, I'll talk more about that also down the line when I have another chance. Right now, we are literally into the number 70 vehicle, the 1969 Dodge Charger RT Hemi. It has a little bit better a little better lap time, 331.938, and it, like I said, 2 seconds faster again. We're gonna have a few more of these 331s, and then we're gonna be moving up the list even more. But this one, it also is, like I said, I don't know if it's the fact that they're old school cars or what, but it's another one that tends to want to spin out and cannot hold a lot of speed in the corners. Certain cars that I have driven through here will hold speed up to almost 120, 150 maybe. It's just all depending on how good and well you can handle the car. But like I said, it came in at 331.938. Decent lap time, still not up there with the best. Because some of these lap times you're going to see are going to blow these cars literally out of the water in a straight line and around a track. So it's always best to find the best vehicle that you need to do your best at winning, or however far you can get up the list. Moving on, moving into next vehicle, the 1949 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. This is Marco's cab. I brought this car from the crew team officially. This is number 69 place. Like I said, still in that 331 range, but once again, not all that great. It's just mostly if there's a Pacific race for these cars. The main reason why I'm still putting them in the video, and I still want everybody to know each and every vehicle that are in the crew, so you will know exactly which cars are on here, which cars to get, which ones not to get, or however you do it. I'm going to eventually have them on, or like I was saying, not kind of car you want to be using in a PvP section. Because in the PvP, like I said, these cars are not going to drive good for you. They're not going to handle the corners good, and not going to give you a great top speed. And you're going to need that, because these guys, they do drive hard, they do take shortcuts, and they will take you out if they don't have the modifier on for no collision. But like I said, you will see some very good lap times really soon, because like I said, we are only going to 51 in this video, but we're still going to move right on to number 68, and that is the 1971 Chevy Caprice. And it's not the dunk. You will see that also in this video. The dunks are much better than the Chevy Caprice alone, and you will see why. Now, this car does not have the acceleration of the dunks, and it definitely does not have the grip of the dunks. This car is another one that wants to drift out or spin out. You have to be very careful with this car, because until you get it on a straightaway, I advise not using nitro, and that's with any other cars either that I've just shown in the video, because they will spin out even harder, and then you have to rewind, start over, or whatever you want to do if you want to get the best time. So I've tested these cars multiple times, at least 10 times for each vehicle, and I took the best time out of those 10 to give the best result. So I hope that everybody can appreciate, and if I'm not the best, let me know. But we're going to move on. This is the 2008 Ford Crown Vic, or Crown Victoria, coming in at number 67 with a time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds, 0.386. Like I said, this one did better, as you can see, better than a limo, because it's a little bit smaller and it was a lot easier to handle. It does still the same way. It does tend to want to spin and drift out. Not one of the cars that I like to drive. Believe as you want, however you want or whatever, but this car also matches my car in real life. It's not a Ford, it is a Grand Marquis Mercury Marauder. So I do have one of those. That's why I painted the colors and everything to match my own car. Love the car. Still not the kind of car that you want to be using to try to win PvP races, or if you're playing on the highest level possible. But I wish anybody luck to how they're gonna go for it. Now, if you think that these lap times are not correct, hey, by all means, give me some better lap times, and I will go ahead on and try them again. Well, now you see another Crown Vic in the list, 2008 Ford Crown Vic, another Marcos cab, and it got a better lap time than the original Crown Vic. And this one, by the reason for that being, I really couldn't explain it, but as you can see, 329.752. I'm guessing that it is the grip. I'm guessing that it's just, like I said, they made all these cars different in their own rights. No car on here is the same. No car on here had the exact same lap time. Like I said, if anybody would like to try and see if they can get any of these times better than what I have, I wish you luck and I applaud. But I'm just only doing this to showcase cars because I know no one else has done it yet. So I figured I would be the first to do it over here like I did in the Crew 2. So, not the best. I'm just a simple racer, simple driver. But I do give my all when I'm racing. Like I said, this is number 66 in the list. Decent, but like I said, not the one you want if you are trying to do your best. Moving on to number 65, 1959 Cadillac Cyclone XP74 Concept. Another car that I brought from the Crew 2. I mean, it was different over on the Crew 2, but like I said, everything has changed. The handling 5, all of things, they are totally different. But in a sense, this car came in at 65th because, like I said, heavy, wants to drift out just like the rest of other old cars. But you do have some that are in they say they are tier 1, but they are still up in newer, modern day vehicles. This one, like I said, 3 minutes 29.553. Decent, but still, like I said, it's not going to be up there in the top tier unless it has a great top speed, which I have not even started to test yet. So I'm working on that to find a decent place to get the top speed out of these cars. And also, when I say top speed, I'm talking about full power top speed with complete nitro boost and everything. The nitro, that unlimited, you have extra pump and pure all ranked up to go. You will see that soon. But we're moving on. Here we have the 1963 Chevy Corvette C2. And now we are also moving into the 328 range. The car used to be one of my favorites. I used to win a lot of races, but like I continue to say, it's been changed a lot. It's not that great car that you used to drive in a Crew 2 when it was just face to face and driving it in a PvP or whatever. But now it's more of, I guess, to the point where they think that it's a real life scenario with the cars now, to the way they drive, how they think they're driving in real life, but I'm not sure. It's in 64th place with the lap time, 328.736. Have one more car in this list that's at a 328, and then they're going to take a big 2-second jump after that. Like I said, lap times are as accurate as possible as I could get them. So like I said, it's a decent car. But no, we're going to keep moving on. Try to make these videos as short as I can to get all these vehicles in the list. This is the 2010 Chevy Silverado 1500. This used to be a monster as well. It used to be a supercar version of it, or a hypercar version of it, I should say. And if anybody remembers that on the Crew 2 or the Crew 1, you had that option of having this truck as a hypercar. And it was reasonably well, and it was also reasonably well in the Crew 1 and 2. But like I said, they have completely changed it. Everything is different. 63rd place with a time of 328.267. And as you can see right there, where it tried to spin out on me, that's what I wanted you guys to see for yourself. You know, most of the vehicles, you will see them, me doing my best to control them. They will still try their best to get away, but it's all about staying calm, cool, collective, and still driving through and trying to get that from spinning. And like I said, get your best lap time. And even though that little slight spin in there was there, it's still, yeah, this run right here was still the best out of any run that I've had on here with it. Moving on, I'm gonna get right into the next car, the 1930 Proto HUP 1 Burning Wheels Edition. Another car acquired from the crew too. Most of my cars did come from the crew too, but you have specifics over here as well that are only for the crew Motorfest. This car came in at 3 minutes and 26 seconds flat. Decent car, has a decent amount of grip, but it's just not up there to par with some of the other cars with the grip and the speed of it. But like I said, it's a decent car. Nothing really too bad to say about it. It's just like I say, it's just not up there with the top cars. None of these cars are. That's why I say I want to get these in out of the way. Make sure everything was showcased to the way that they were, and also make sure that, like I said, I do the best in giving you guys some kind of clarity of which cars you need to use when you're racing. Just like I did in my last videos on the crew. So I've also tried to update my videos with a little bit more, let's say, graphic and showcase, because I didn't do this at first, but now I am. But this is the 1967 Shelby GT. And if anybody knows that, the Shelby GT is one of the cars from Gone in 60 Seconds, but this is not Gone in 60 Seconds with this car. Came in 61st at a time of 325.850. And like I said, decent car. I mean, it used to win me quite a few races, but now it has that drift effect, which is not great for it anymore. But as you can see, as I told you, it came through that curve at over 120 miles an hour. That's how I was able to get that lap time. And most of the cars that can come through that curve at over 100 miles an hour are going to get lap times like this or greatly better than this, because they have better grip, better acceleration. So keep that in mind as you are going through here looking for a car that you love to drive on here, and also for the car that you know for sure is one of the cars that you use all the time. Moving on, here we have the 1969 Pontiac GTO. This is the Judge, and the Judge is an okay car as well. Well, like I said, most of the cars, I mean, they're beautiful cars. You can't deny that. But one thing they say about them, they want to spin out. Most of these cars on here. And I don't know what it is about that. But like I said, you have to really control them with everything that you know how to do in the crew. And like I said, as you can see, my speedometer, I left everything up there, not to take anything out. And you can see how I have to constantly slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. And as you see here, I can't even take this car through there at that 120 mile mark until I get almost to the straightaway. And then like I said, you can also see that some of the cars get almost 280 miles an hour but still do not have that best lap time. It's not about the speed in these videos. It's all about the accuracy through the corners, the acceleration, and who has the best grip. That's what it's about. And I'm glad everything is being showcased as I'm talking through each video. But we're going to move right along, get into the next car, which is number 59. In 59th place, 1966 Volkswagen Combine Daquan Edition. I do not believe this even beat out a car like the Judge, but it did. It beat it out by a couple of tenths of a second. And I mean, it came in 325.049. And like I said, it's a Volkswagen, true enough, short version of it. But it's, it has decent amount of grip. I guess because it's a little smaller. And as you see, the speed is going up and up. And as you see, I got it all the way maxed out, almost under 53 miles an hour before the finish line, but still, a lot of cars came through there at almost 180. Like I said, it's not about it. As you can really and clearly see, most of these cars are doing great because of their grip, their acceleration, and every outlet is working for them on the track. It's not about the top speed on here because there's a few top speed sections on this track that I used, but nothing just to the point where they can overdo the lap times of any car on here. Everything was fair. Moving on, 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. And this is a great car. Once you know, I love the look of the car. I mean, the feel of it, everything about it. But it's just not, one of those top tier cars. It did come out a better that time, as you see, 324.782. But only good enough, like I said, to put it in 58th place. And like I said, I'm still ready to get all of these cars tested so I can really move into top speed, because that is something that I want to know. Everybody wants to know, and then you will know exactly how the car performs, especially in a PvP situation when you are slipstreaming off somebody. If their car does not have that top speed that yours have, they will not be able to catch you. You will literally outrun them because they cannot catch up or get in your slipstream. They have to use somebody else's slipstream to catch up with you. But like I said, I'll try to explain the PvP situation throughout the video, and pretty soon you'll know exactly how the PvP works, because I have done it each and every day I've been on. Well, moving on, another 1969 Dodge Charger RT Hemi. This is the Master Edition. Also, just pretty much, you can just say it's like a demolition derby car, but it's not being used over there anymore. As you can see, the little bit of damage that I just got from hitting one of the checkpoint flags. It is not a strong car. You don't want to be playing chicken or anything like that with somebody, because you are going to literally knock every panel off of this car. But it did come in 57th place with a lap time of 3 minutes 24 seconds and 4.66. Sorry. And like I said, we're still moving up. And like I said, this is the last car in the list with a 324. Next two are gonna jump again. But like I said, this is a decent car, not the one that you want to use. Like I said, lap time may be a different thing, but we do not know about the lap time yet. And also, while I'm into this video, I must give a shout out to the wife and the mother of my kids, because she also helped me with these testings. A lot of these passes that you see are hers. And yes, we do play the game together, live together, we do a lot of things together. Love her greatly, love her dearly. So I give a big shout out to her, my two girls, my beautiful daughter Aaliyah, my beautiful daughter Nala, and like I said, my beautiful lady Nini. I love you. But moving on, this here is my Ford Crown Vic Interceptor or Inception unit. It's a 2008, and it came in at 3 minutes and 23 seconds, .298, as you can see. Like I said, 56th place, nowhere even near of what you want to be in a racing situation. I mean, of course, yeah, chase squad, of course, by all means, use. Because I will still use any of my cars in the chase squad if I have to. Now, that's also another video that will be added once I get them in here. All the chase squad cars, you will know how fast they go, how good the acceleration are, the works, I promise you. But we're moving right on in to number 55 in the countdown, and that is the 1969 Mini Cooper S. This car, I had to get it in part of a playlist in a Hollywood movie. I can't exactly remember the playlist, but yes, I had to use this car only in that playlist, so I had to have it, but still need to put it in the video so people would know how it does, how it handles. And as you can see, 3 minutes and 22 seconds, .931. Like I said, it's in 50th. And as you can see, it's like the got away from me there. I almost went into the grass. I had to literally bring it back. I had to get out of the car a lot more than I wanted to. And see, there it is, that drift. And like I said, this car did to me each of the 10 times that I tested it. Some drift times were a lot worse because it drifted out so bad it put me in the dirt or put me into a wall. But once I finally figured out how bad it drift, I got the best time out of it. And like I said, good enough for 50 feel, not good enough to be up there with the top tier. But like I said, it's a great little car, great to have, but not great for racing. Like I said, it'll do you good, maybe in a one-on-one situation or a Pacific car situation, not in a PvP. But moving on, we're getting up to closer to finishing this video. This is the 1977 Pontiac Firebird, one of my favorite cars. And this car is almost to the point where it's like the one that Burt Reynolds owned. Rest in peace, Burt Reynolds. This is one of his cars that recently got sold at auction for a great amount of money. But I had to dedicate it to him my own way. This, like I said, came in 54th with a lap time of 322.813. Like I said, I love the car. I will still drive it, but it's not the kind of car I need when I'm doing PvP and I'm doing summits, playlists, all of those things. If I had to use it, then I don't have a choice. But those, like I said, soon you shall see, because after this video, we have another one coming up. It will be posted either by today or early tomorrow. We shall see how that works out very soon. But moving on, here's a 1930 Proto HUP1. This car is it's just the normal version to the custom version of the other HUP. Like I said, same cars, but one just a burning wheels edition, and this is just an old school edition. See, it's still faster than the original. 322.780 in 53rd place. Almost, just know it put it to use. It's in this part of the video, you can say that it ranked in 3rd place because there are only 2 more cars left in this video. But like I said, they are not great cars. I'm sorry, they are not great cars to be winning races in, but otherwise in looks and paint and beauty, I love them. And like I said, I can't sell them, so what can you do but just keep them and use them and showcase your video or showcase your skill or test them out, see if you can get better lap time. I apply anybody that wants to go for it and let me know how it comes out. But moving on, number 52nd vehicle, 1966 Volkswagen Combat 21 window bus. This one is faster than the small version, and that says a lot because I honestly thought the small one would be faster. This one had a little bit more grip, a little bit more acceleration, so it was a lot easier to control it as well. So it got a much better lap time up there in 322.681. Now, like I said, a lot of these cars, it's all going to be about how their grip works for them, acceleration, all of that. And as you can see, look at the speed, 130, all of that, working for it in this video. And like I said, see, 175. Still want to see it. This car utilizes everything, the speed that it has, the grip, and how fast it can get through that last corner for that top speed. And each corner of these cars did the same thing. They drove through, power through, no issues. Not very many issues, but a lot of these cars also didn't get the same time as the best cars on the list. But we'll get into that. Moving on to the final vehicle in this version of the video is the 1964 Chevy Cobra 427. Another beautiful looking car, another one of my favorites. Just not one of the cars, like I said, I want to be using to win races. But it did decently well, very decently well. But it's just, like I said, it's not just that car that I feel like you need to have. Like I said, it's always one thing, the drift and the spin out. Like I said, 10 times of testing, drift and spin out, and one time that I do get the perfect way to get it through the corners, it does not spin out. So I know that it's not me because I've seen multiple people on here when they're racing in PvP, their cars spin out greatly. So when they spin out that way, I just keep doing what I'm doing, not spinning out, and moving on and trying to get the best time I can. But this is it for this version of this video, people. I will be back in the next video with 50, starting at 50, I should say. 50 through 26, if I'm not mistaken. But I will see you guys then. Stay tuned for more videos to come. Promise you, I will not let you guys down this time. And I'll see you in my next video.